The Price of Silence, a story of romance, betrayal, secrets, and impossible decisions. Genre, romance, drama, betrayal. The Broken Promise. I never thought a simple envelope could change my life. I found it on the dining room table, right next to the bouquet of lilies that Ryan used to buy me every Tuesday. It had no sender, only my name written in his handwriting. Emily. I opened it with my heart beating faster than normal. I'm sorry. I couldn't keep hiding it from you. I fell in love with her. The room spun, the world lost its shape. After 7 years together, was that all? Raya N., the man with whom I shared every sunrise, every dream, every plan for the future, had just broken me in an 8-word note. And that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was knowing exactly who he was. She, the other woman, Clara Sanders. My best friend since university. Brilliant, charismatic, loyal, or so I thought. We met in a contemporary literature class. We shared laughter, tragedies, days, moves, and even that disastrous trip to Cancun where we lost our luggage and almost our livers. I never thought we would also share the same man. Everything began to make sense, the times, and she casually passed by Ryan's office, their complicit glances, the forced laughter, and the most painful thing was that I knew it. Deep down, I always knew it, but I kept quiet, because loving, sometimes, is to close your eyes and pretend you don't see. That was my first mistake. Silence as punishment, I decided to leave. I didn't shout at them, I didn't confront them. I took my suitcase, my books, my silences, and I moved to a small apartment in the city center. For days, the world was gray. I spent hours sitting in front of the window, watching strangers go about their lives while I tried to put the pieces of the heart that I had left. Clara called me once. I didn't answer. Ryan, 5 times, neither. I had no answers to give them, nor the strength to ask for explanations. My mother came to visit me. He took me for a walk, to dinner, and to an art exhibition. There I saw him, not Ryan, not Clara, him. Ethan Harper. He had a camera hanging around his neck, and the look of someone who has loved and lost. Pro, have you ever been in a gallery? He asked me with a sideways smile. No, I responded. First time alone. We stood in front of a black and white photograph of 2 people hugging under the lluvia. He told me the story behind the image, an elderly couple reuniting after 40 years. Do you know? Ethan said. Sometimes silence also says, I love you. I didn't know if Lodi he said, because of the photo or because of me. But at that moment, my world trembled. Healing with someone else, Ethan and I started seeing each other frequently. Coffees, museums, night walks. He never asked about me, I passed. And I appreciated that respect. With him, I laughed again. To look at my reflection without crying, to believe that I could start again. One night, while we were walking across the Brooklyn Bridge, he took my ano. Can I kiss you? I didn't respond. I just kissed him. It was tender, slow, without promises, but full of hope. For the first time in months, I didn't feel guilty. I felt freedom, the hidden truth. The things as iban bien, until I discovered it. I was searching the internet for an address for a surprise. I wanted to prepare for Ethan, and unintentionally I found an article in a business magazine. Ethan Harper, former associate of Ryan Collins, sues for fraud and misappropriation. My phone almost fell. Ethan and Ryan had worked together until something ended very badly, and nobody told me, ass. I felt that the world was betraying me again. When I confronted him, Ethan looked down. I didn't tell you because I thought that if you knew, you would leave. And you thought that hiding it from me was better? I didn't want to. I wanted to shout, to cry, to run away. But I only said, I need time. And I left. Clara reappears. A week later, Clara appeared at my door. I'm not here to apologize, she said. I'm here to tell you that I was wrong. I let her pass. I hadn't seen her for months. She had dark circles under her eyes, messy hair, and a broken voice. Ryan left me, she said. I didn't respond. She continued. He used me. He wanted to forget. Stay with me, but he couldn't. You were his home. And you, Clara? Why did you do it? Because I envied you. Because you were always the strong one. Because I didn't think I would fall in love with him. But I fell in love. And it broke. I felt pity, anger, confusion. I am also broken, I told him. We hugged, we cried. And for the first time, it didn't taste like betrayal. It tasted like closure. The price of speaking, I returned with Ethan 1 month later. He didn't expect me. I knew it from his expression. I'm not here to reproach you for anything, I told him. Only to ask you if you still want us to fight for this. Ethan took a step. He looked at me as if he had waited for that moment his whole life. I thought you would never come back. I thought I would never trust again. And now? Now I understand that silence also has a cost, and that it is worth paying the price. O de hablar que el de perder lo que amas. We kissed, not like the first time, but as if we had been looking for each other for years. A new beginning. Months later, we walked through the flower market. Ethan was carrying a camera. I, a notebook where I wrote ideas for a novel. Clara wrote to me from time to time. She had started therapy. Ryan had moved to another country. The past did not disappear, but it stopped hurting. Because now, he had a present that was worthwhile. Ethan looked at me. What if this time we write our story without silences? Only if it has a happy ending, I said. I promise I will do everything so that it will be so. And for the first time, I believed in promises. End.